Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new video of me, Fuzzball40. You'll be seeing this on Sunday. I'm recording this Saturday. There may be another video in between my normal morning uploads, just because I've seen a couple of bits on Twitter that could be worth you seeing. If you are new around here, please drop me a subscription. I'm trying to hit 1,000 by Christmas. It'd be much appreciated if you could do that. We bring out a trading video every single day. Subs on my Twitch, there's quite a few, you know. This guide is going to be the basics of basically the best players to snipe during the lightning rounds and the sniping filters, but I'm going to be putting a complete guide for you guys in the trading chat. So although I appreciate you watching the video, please do watch the video. You're going to get a bit more detail than maybe everyone else is getting. But so I'll give you an update on the club first. We'll start with that. Black Friday was a very good day for me. We were sitting at about, I think when we started, like 750, 800,000 coins liquid with all the investments and stuff that we've got. We've still got quite a few of those investments in the club. And I made about 300 to 350k from Black Friday alone. I'll show you how I did a lot of that. This guy is a monster, and I'm going to explain to you about him in a minute. But I picked up so many of him in the lightning rounds. A couple of them I sold too cheap as well. I didn't need to sell them as cheap as I did. But he made me about maybe 100k alone by himself. Promise, again, maybe a little bit. Nothing special. It was a bit more annoying to trade with, but it was alright. And then all of these cards. Now, I told you about the SPC fodder. Again, I sold these cards cheap last night because I was like, I'm going to list them. I was happy with the profit. I was buying these cards for 13k, listing them for 18k. I did that overnight, and they all sold. That Cruz is a different one to the one we saw yesterday. He dropped off. The one I saw yesterday had to sell for 30 for a little bit of a loss, and this one here I bought for 25. So not much massive profit in him at all. But I sold him early on. Again, I could have waited a bit longer and got more for him, but just decided I couldn't be bothered, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. But there's all these guys here. They've all been sold. We've made quite good profit on all these guys. Let me just flick through and see if there's anything in the back. All these guys are sold. So everyone pretty much that I invested in has pretty much made a profit for me, which is nice to see. Very, very nice to see. And the players that I sniped all did really well for me. And we've still got all these League SPC players set on this part and in the club. So I think we've got about 1.8 million total, but we're at 1.166 million liquid, which now people sit in this and go, okay, cool, well, there's guys that have got a 20 million chance of profit and stuff like that. Firstly, I've only been doing this for 2 weeks. We've been on these videos for maybe 2.5 weeks, actually. It's probably a bit more reasonable. And I only have 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day to be doing this. I haven't got all day. I work full time. So I'm chuffed with this. And this is the whole point. I'm showing you guys that in 2 weeks, you can make 1.16 million, realistically. Because I'm not including them. I've got about 500k in the club, about, roughly, give or take. And that's the Van Dijk I packed. So you can literally can make over 1 million coins in 2 weeks. It's not difficult. My trading methods are good. But lads, the whole point of this video today is to show you the trading methods that I've been using, some of the sniping filters I've been using, maybe 3 of them, when the lightning rounds are on, but even when they're not on, these players are still being this cheap. The first one I'm going to show you is all those Bergwins on there. It's one of the easiest filters you're ever likely to see, right? Steven Bergwin, literally left wing, because it don't do anything else. We'll just check, always check what the minimum is he's selling for at the moment, right? So when the lightning rounds are on, like, he's selling for 22,750 at the moment. So I set my filter legitimately to about 19k, right? And the reason 19k is, no matter what happens then, if I buy him at 19k, I'm making myself at least about 2k profit a card. I will show you actually, one thing I will show you quickly is the sniping methods. I don't know if you want a video on it, lads. Some people have asked me for a video on it, but there's 2 ways to snipe. This is the way that I historically like to snipe. So you set it to 15k, hold left so it starts going down, and then just press Y and A alternatively until one comes up, basically. Good thing about this, it's a quicker method. You're usually more likely to snipe the player that you're looking for. You've got more chance of sniping them anyway. I don't know if one's going to come up. There's nothing on the market at the moment. Everything's a bit quiet. It's sort of early morning in the UK time. It's 9 o'clock in the UK. But there's that method there you can do. Or you can do the other method which other people would like to do. And I'm just not a massive fan of it because I think it slows you down. But some people like it. See if there's any on it. It's a 20,000 here. What you do on this guy here is you just compare price them and go back, basically. And you see if anything pops up. So you just keep doing that. And then you do it at that filter there, and you keep going. You go right to the end, and you just keep going. And you don't get kicked for this one. On the other methods, after about 70,000, 80,000, you get kicked. But I'd rather reset my filter. I have more chance of picking someone up than do this method where I just think someone usually sniping is going to get there quicker than I am. I just feel like that. With this method here as well, you've got to make sure the player's the right price. If one comes up at 22k, so many times I've gone and bought those players for 22k, and it's just like I'm not making any money. I've lost money if anything. So I prefer the traditional sniping filter. We'll go to like a minute for this one. But yeah, they do pop all the time without fail. It's just best time to do these methods is going to be in the lightning rounds, because he will bounce back to 22k again. Everyone's bouncing back to the prices that they're at. SBC followers bouncing back because the base icon SBCs allowing you to do that. Well, he's not coming up, but it is what it is. Another way to get him, and that's what I've been doing. The main way I've been getting him outside of sniping is just bid on him. So you've got some of them here that are on like the 24s and 25s and whatnot. But let's just see if we've got any that are on bid. Because I took my transfer targets, I'll come back to them later on. Like that one there, you can actually transfer targets. Pick them up for 20k again, you're making about 1,000 coins profit. But yeah, that's one I like. He made me like, I was picking him up 14 and selling him at 20, 21, 22. Like I was making big coins off of him all night last night. He's a really good one. Promes is another really good one. You have to be careful with him, because sometimes it brings up his Champions League card. But if you go left mid, because I think that's what he pops as, a left mid. Min buy now is about 10. To see what like if there's those on the market at the moment. There is. He sells about 14, I think, on Xbox. Remember, these prices are Xbox, bro. People say to me, they're not selling for this on PlayStation. I'm like, because I'm on Xbox. But he sells for about 14. So again, you can literally go like about there and then snipe him again the same way. So doing that and then just working your way down. I picked up maybe 4 or 5 of him yesterday before I realised Bergwijn was more profitable. But if you get bored of Bergwijn, Promise is another good one. You can even snipe both of them at the same time, because you can literally do this method here. Just do the way that I was starting to do it yesterday was left wing or left mid, just flicking between the two, and then Netherlands and special, and that's how I was doing yesterday. So I was just flicking between the two, and then I was getting both of them coming up. It can be a bit confusing, and you need to know the cards as they're popping to know which ones are the right ones to do. So I'd avoid that unless you're good at sniping and you've sort of honed your skills at it. The next one was I told my subs about this. Let's clear the stuff that's sold on the market on the transfer list. The next one's a banger. It's an utter banger. It's Bayern Munich, right? So we go Bundesliga, and we go Bayern Munich, and it's just midfielders that are gold. So Tolisso is the one that sells for about 1,800, give or take, right? He's up today actually. Yesterday was 1,800, but they're all up now. So 2,300 cheapest on the market, right? Yesterday I was doing it at 1k, because Tolisso was about 1,800, and I was picking up Javi Martinez. I picked up 4 of him at 1k. I picked up about 8 Tolissos. And it's 800 coins profit at a time. And if you're adding that to all the other coins you're making on Bergwijn and whatnot, because the Bergwijn filter can get boring. There's no point lying. Like, it's going to get boring after a little while. I'm scared to sort of snipe too much, because I'm going to get kicked in a second. And if I get kicked, it's going to annoy you guys in the video. So long out the video. But another thing as well, if you're doing this method and you don't want to get kicked off, just go and buy a bronze player. That's what I've tended to do. See if any come up. I don't know if any will come up. It's so early in the morning, but I wanted to show you just the ones. These filters have been working like mad for me. It's gonna be that one. It's gonna be one of those videos where nothing's gonna come up. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a quiet morning. This morning I'm gonna play Foot Champs and be trading. We're back live again tonight. There we go. 1,300 coins, and he sells for 2,300. So we list him up straight away. We'll list him for about 2. I'm gonna list him for 2. He'll sell for that. So I want to take off tax 800 coins profit. I'm pleased we got one, so the video doesn't look dead. But that happens like, think about it, that was maybe 30 seconds for 1,000. Now if you do that every minute, you're making 2,000, roughly, give or take, maybe say 1,800. Over the course of an hour, you can make yourself sort of 50k easily doing that method. But Bayern midfielders are a banger. Like I'm a huge fan of them. And the next one that I really liked, it did me all right yesterday. Not great, but if it goes well, it goes really well, right? What we're doing, I don't need that. We need Brazilian keepers from the Premier League. So let's get rid of that. Why does it make me keep that there? I'm going to reset the whole filter because it's just easier. The min buy now set for like 10k because it avoids you getting Aurelio Gomez. But you just look and see, okay, cool, what the max they're selling for. So this should bring up Edison and Alisson. It should bring up those two. So Edison's about 29. Let's just drop it down a little bit more. So he is about 29,500 realistically. That's what he sells for, about 29,500, right? So you got to think your tax on that is about 1.5k. So anything below 28k is roughly going to be profit. The reason I don't like this one is some people list them in lightning rounds. It's brilliant. It's utterly brilliant. Now, right now, I'm not going to get anything realistically. It's unlikely, but I set it for about 2 or 3k below it. And try and pick one up, but right now the chance to pick one up slim to nothing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's impossible. There's no one's really opening packs. What are the packs on my match? Check the SBCs. think is that the Tolisso sold straight away? Yep, so Tolisso sold straight away there, lads. Easy. But you can utilise these filters anytime if it's just free, but I like them during lightning rounds. And obviously at the moment you've got Flash SBC, a Premium Gold Players Pack. When they're dropping the Prime Pack, so that's why I saw the pickup that was massive on the players that we're getting for this way of doing it. So I do want to say, we've got given you those three free sniping filters. Go and use them, they're brilliant. Okay, that Berggren one especially, I'm a big fan of that. What's it doing? Go back. I want to talk to you now about League SBC players. So with the Flash SBCs, the League SBC players are fluctuating massively in price. I want to go Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf centre backs are always a good place to look at it because they're relatively stable in price, and if they are fluctuating massively, then you know that the SBCs are affecting their price. And if you look now, they're still about 6,000 coins. And I noticed yesterday at points they were dropping down to 4k, 3.5k. So League SBC investing could be massive. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep my trade pile relatively fluid, so I could show you guys the methods. Because at the moment I keep coming to these videos and showing you guys, oh, these methods to make coins. But then by the time I've shown these videos, I've reinvested them again in somewhere else. I want to show you that actually we're making big coins now and we've got stuff in the club making us coins there. But their League SBC players are definitely something you want to look at. Like I said, they are fluctuating. The left backs are slightly down, but even then, yesterday these were going for 2,500 to 3,000 coins. They're back up at 4k again. So there's coins to be made, a lot of coins to be made from League SBCs. The best time I think to invest in them is during the lightning round, sell them again in the mornings. I just think the mornings are much more calm. The lightning rounds aren't as heavy. There's less people in the game. Like it's 9 o'clock in the morning in the UK when I'm filming this. I don't know what time that is. I know a lot of you watch me from Australia and stuff like that. But I think you have to really base it around Europe. Europe's the main one. When America comes on, there's some movement in the market, but Europe's the main part of the market you want to be watching. So there's that. Now I'm going to give you another couple of players before I go in terms of players that are quite good to snipe at the moment. Ilara Mendy was one yesterday that I was a big fan of. He dropped off quite heavily, 2,200 there. During the lightning rounds, he was down about 1,500 coins. So if you haven't got many coins you're playing with, he's a really good option. Because what he does is he doesn't cost too many. So I'm not going to sit and try and snipe him, but it's 2,200. I recommend trying to buy him at 1,500. I was doing that yesterday and I was making 600 coins a card. If you buy 10 in a lightning round and you get 600 coins for them, it's 6,000 back in the long term. Ilara Mendy's a good one. And the other one that I really liked yesterday was Rakitic. Rakitic fluctuates every time there's anything in the market that's weird. So every time the market goes, he's quite sensitive to market change. Like at the moment, he's at 18k, which makes me actually think I might have done well on my varieties. Send him for 18. But he's quite vulnerable to market change. So that one's gone. Do you see what I mean? There's right there, 13,500. They come up all the time, like low. And I think it's because he's Croatian and people think because he's hard to link. He's just, they don't invest in him. People overlook Rakitic and he's a very good investment. So look at him and think, actually, I can make some coins out of him. Again, if you're 15.5, you get him at 13 and you're making 1,500 coins a card, especially during lightning rounds. He always bounces back. Like without fail, he'll bounce back. But lads, that's going to be the end of the video. Again, if you are new around here, please drop me a subscription. These videos are free. They give you free FIFA coins. You can see that I'm making profit massively. There may be another video that I'm saying this now as if you guys wouldn't have seen it already. I've got a debate whether I think it's worth putting a video out at 5:30 on Saturday. I might do, but it can affect my views on the first video, and the first video is really important for you guys. But for now, lads, that's going to be the end of the video. I'm out. Peace.